Welcome everyone to the wisdom meditation. So this is the first lesson of the second term of your revision series, revision video series, which we are conducting through the wisdom meditation. So we'll get back to the lesson. We'll see what is the first lesson of our second term, which is the seventh term, right? So today we are going to discuss about and do a revision about the seventh lesson of your syllabus, right? Okay, so the seventh lesson, to be exact, seventh lesson is let us learn correct postures. Let us learn correct postures. Postures mean area of the area. So if you see the meaning of this posture, right? It is the correct way we should maintain our body parts. Body parts mean our hands, legs, our spine, our upper body, our head, our neck. Likewise, the correct way of maintaining our body parts and our whole body during certain situations and activities in our day-to-day life is what we call maintaining a correct posture. right? අපේ ඉරියව් අපේ ශරීරය හරි විදිහට අපේ වැඩ කටයුතු වලදී අවස්ථාවන් වලදී කොහොමද නිසි පරිදි පවත්වාගන්නේ කියන එක තමයි අපි correct posture එකක් විදිහට හඳුනාගන්නේ. So in this lesson, throughout this lesson, we are going to discuss some basic activities which we all do during our day-to-day activities, right? Like what? Like sitting on a chair, right? And walking. The last one is lying down. Lying down means the posture we are using for to sleep. Area. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss about those basic postures which we are maintaining during our daily routine. දිනදා ජීවිතයේදී භාවිත කරන ඔන්න ඔය කර්ම තුන සම්බන්ධව තමයි ඇක්ටිවිටිස් තුන සම්බන්ධව අපි කොහොමද මේක හරියට පවත්වා ගන්න කියලා තමයි අපි මේකෙදී කතා කරන්නේ. Right? Okay, so first we'll move on to the definition of correct postures, which I have explained a little ago. The other thing, you will receive your note, right? Along with these video sessions, you will receive the relevant note as well. So make sure when you are watching and referring this video, make sure that your note, the relevant note is within your hand. ඔයාලගේ අතේ මේ note එක තියාගෙන මේ video session එක බලන්න. In that way you will be able to understand these subject matters very clearly and thoroughly. You will be able to understand, right? So make sure you have the relevant note with your hand, right? Okay, so we'll get back to the lesson. First we'll discuss about correct sitting. Correct sitting. ඉඳගන්නේ කොහොමද? So we'll see some situations, right, in our day-to-day life, some situations where we use this sitting posture in our day-to-day routine activities. Some situations where we use this sitting posture. Like what? When you're studying, in this case, the basic thing, the main thing you are doing is studying. You have exams, you have lectures, classes, right? You have to go to school. So most of the time in the day, during the day, you are studying. So when you are studying, what is the posture you are maintaining? You are maintaining the sitting posture. See, and even when you are relaxing after doing some works of study, if you want to relax, sometimes, most of the time, if you are not using your bed, you are going to sit and relax a bit, right? So when relaxing also, we are using most of the time sitting posture. ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න ඉරියව්ව එතකොට භාවිත කරනවා. And in during religious activities also we use this sitting posture. Like in temple, we used to sit on the floor, right? In churches, in Catholic churches, they use benches to sit on, right? And they used to pray by sitting on those benches. And in the mosque, Muslim Pali, In the mosque, they are sitting on the floor, right? And they are also doing some prayers while sitting on the floor, right? So in religious activities also, always all the time, we use this sitting posture, but most of the time on the floor, right? And during different kinds of functions means weddings, parties, we always, most of the time, they are used to sit and relax and enjoy the party or the functions, right? ඒ වගේ weddings වලදී වගේ so වලදී අපි ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න ඉරියව්ව භාවිතා කරනවා. And when exercising, like in a gym, so doing exercises, you have several kinds of benches for you to do exercises. So you use definitely you may have to use sitting posture for most of the exercises, right? You do in your gym එකේදී කරන ගොඩක් exercises වලදී අපිට මේ sitting posture එක භාවිතා කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. What else? When you are using the computer, technique, when you are using the computer, technique, you have to use the sitting posture, but in a very accurate way, right? Yeah. Especially when you are using the computer, you should be aware about, you should be mindful about the correct posture, right? It is very important thing to be remembered. So, using the computer, you are using the sitting posture, and there are many other occasions and situations where we use this sitting posture. So, it is very important posture for our day-to-day activities and for our life as well, right? When you are eating, drinking, in different occasions, you use this sitting posture, right? So now we'll see some ways, some different ways which we can sit on. Okay, ඉඳගන්න පුළුවන් විවිධ ක්‍රම නේද? එකම විදිහට නෙමෙයි අපි ඉඳගන්නේ. We use different kinds of ways to sit on something. Maybe we sit on the floor, maybe sit on a chair, maybe on a bench, right? Likewise, we use different ways to sit. So we'll see what are those different ways which we can sit, right? So one will be sitting on a chair. That is the common way of sitting that we know. We can sit on a chair. When you are in school, you sit on a chair. When you are studying, you sit on a chair. When you are in a extra class on our wisdom education, you join through the Zoom by maintaining a sitting posture, right? Likewise, sitting on a chair is a very common way of sitting. ඉඳගන්න common නැත්නම් ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? ගොඩක් වෙලාවට වැඩිපුරම use කරන අපි ඉඳගන්න විදිහ තමයි පුටුවක ඉඳගෙන කියන එක. Then sitting astride. Sitting astride. Astride means sitting on the floor. Right? Sitting on the floor, but keeping our legs straight, right? Keeping our legs straight. The couple දිග ඇරලා බිම ඉඳ ගන්න එකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ sitting stride කියලා. Right? Sitting astride. එතකොට අපි couple එක දිග ඇරලා බිම ඉඳ ගන්නවා, but our upper body is rigid. Our upper body should be rigid while we sitting astride. Right? අපි මේ විදිහට ඉඳ ගන්නකොට අපි upper body means the body from our waist above. අපේ ඉනේ ඉඳලා උඩ කොටස තමයි අපි upper body එක කියලා කියන්නේ. So upper body should be rigid. කෙලින් තියෙනවා. ඍජුව තියෙන්න ඕනේ upper body. Right? And I have included some photographs as well for your note, and you can find some photographs in your textbook, reading books as well. Right? Then you can refer it. I will show you. Don't worry. And the next one is crook sitting. Crook sitting. Right? Crook sitting is little different, little same as the astride sitting, but we should bend our knees a little and we should take our legs closer to our body, right? Without being in a straight leg position, we should bend our knees a little, not actually little. We should bend our knees and we should get our legs closer to our body. I will show you photographs, then you will understand it, right? And kneeling means දන ගහනවා. kneeling කියන්නේ දන ගහනවා. අපි ඉස්කෝලේ දැන් මොකක් හරි වැරද්දක් කරපුවම මොකද කරන්නේ? It says kneel down. දන ගහ ගන්න ඉන්න කියනවා. As a punishment, They are asking you to kneel down. So, the kneeling position එක අපි දන ගහගෙන ඉන්න position එකත් එක විදිහක් තමයි අපි මේ sitting position එකක් විදිහට අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉඳ ගන්න පුළුවන්. එක විදිහක් විතරයි. And sitting on heels, right? Sitting on heels. So this posture is being used by actually in most Muslim mosques when they are praying. I will show you a photograph, right? When they are praying, they use this posture, sitting on heels, right? Sitting on heels means sitting on the floor, right? Sitting on heels, and I will show you, right? And sitting cross-legged. Sitting cross-legged means sitting on the floor, with our upper body in a rigid position, but our legs are crossed. Crossed means like we used to meditate in the school. Meditate. භාවනා කරද්දී අපි භාවිතා කරන්නේ. අපි ඔකට කියන සිංහලෙන් අපි එරමිනියා පුතාගෙන ඉන්නවා කියලා කියනවා අපි ඉස්කෝලේ භාවනා කරනකොට. Right? අන්න මේ position එක. Our legs crossed. I will show you photographs and you will understand those things way better. Right? Okay, we'll see some photographs of those. Then you will get it very clearly. Okay, so these are from your reading book. See, I think you can see, right? So this is the sitting on a chair in a normal way, in a common way, sitting on a chair, and this is sitting astride. Sitting on the floor with legs stretched. කකුල් දිග ඇරලා බිම ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න. See, this is the croup sitting. It is somewhat same as the straight sitting, but knees are little bent and legs are closer to our body. We should get our legs closer to our body like this. See, this is what we call croup sitting. So if you see the word crook in any posture, any kind of posture during our health and physical education series, if you see the word crook, it means we should knees are bent and legs are closer to our body, right? Crook means legs are closer to our body by bending our knees. Knees namala kapul deka ළඟට අරන් ඉන්නවා කියන එකයි crook කියලා කියන්නේ, right? And this is kneeling. You should know this posture very well. Kneeling, the fourth one, kneeling, right? And see the fifth one, sitting on heels. This posture is being used by Muslim prayers in their mosques when they are praying. They will pray කරනකොට use කරන position. See, they are sitting on their heels. They are only heels. එයාලගෙම විලුඹ උඩ, heels means විලුඹ. විලුඹ උඩ එයාලගෙම විලුඹ උඩ තමයි ඉඳගෙන see, sitting on heels. And also both the knees are also touching the ground, right? Both the knees are also touching the ground. And sitting cross-legged, right? Sitting cross-legged, which means the posture which we are using to meditate. In Buddhist way, the posture we are using to meditate. අපි භාවනා කරන්න උදාගන්න ඉරියව්ව. But hands are a little different in this picture, but it doesn't matter about the hands, right? We should not care about the hands in this posture. The way we keep our legs is the most important thing, right? Don't mind the hands. The hands they are අපි අත් එක තියන් ඉන්න විදිය ඇත්තට වැදගත් නැහැ. භාවනා කරන්න කියපු වෙනම විදියකට තියාගන්න. එතකොට මෙතනදී එහෙම නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඒක ගැන ඇත්තට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපුවා. මේක කකුල් තියාගෙන ඉන්න විදිය තමයි ගොඩක්ම වැදගත් වෙන්නේ, right? Okay, so these are some common ways which we can sit or which we can maintain the sitting posture. එමේ ඉඳගන්න ඉරියව් පවත්වා ගන්න පුළුවන් විවිධ ක්‍රම කීපයක් තමයි අපි ඔය කතා කරන්නේ, right? Then we'll see. Now we'll see how to sit on a chair in the maintaining the correct posture, or keeping our body parts in the correct way. How do we sit on a chair? පුටුවක කොහොමද අපි හරි විදිහට ඉඳගන්නේ කියලා, right? We'll see. When sitting on a chair, it is very important to keep your head, shoulder, our head, our shoulder, and our upper body and the hip. Hip can be ukul. I will draw a little sketch, right? My drawing is not good, but I will draw a little sketch for you to understand it better, right? Don't mind my drawing skills. Okay, you see, this is the chair, right? That's a chair. Right? Chair. Right? So we are going to sit on it. Right? We are going to sit on it. This like this. Sit on it in. So our head, this is our head. It's a different thing. This is our head. This is where our shoulders are. Right? I will mark this like this. This is where our shoulders are. This is our head. Right? And this is where our hips are. Right? උකුල නැත්නම් අපි ඉන කියන එක. Waist එක. Right? ඉන තියෙන මෙතන, shoulders මෙතන. This is our head. So these 3 points on our body, in our body, should be in a vertical straight line. When we are sitting in the correct posture, using the correct posture, our head, shoulder, and our hip should be in a straight vertical line. Vertical means this. It is a horizontal. This is what we call horizontal, and this is vertical. And a straight line means a simple line, right? So our head, shoulders, and hip should be in a straight vertical line. See, if you draw a line to these points, all these will be aligned into a single straight line. Hip is on the straight line, shoulders are also in the straight line, and our head is also in the same straight line. See, these 3 points should be lie on the same straight line, the vertical straight line, right? When we are sitting in a correct posture. හරි විදිහට ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නවා නම්. Then what about our upper body? I already said our upper body means the part of our body from the waist above. ඉනේ ඉඳලා උඩ කොටස තමයි අපි අපේ upper body එක. ඉනේ ඉඳලා උඩ කොටස upper body. Our upper body and our neck, right? Our upper body and our neck should lean against. Upper body and our neck should lean against the back of the chair. Back of the chair. I can මොකද මේ පුඩු ඇඳ කියලා කියන්නේ අපි පුඩුවේ පිටිපස්ස අපි හේතු ඇඳද කියන අපි back of the chair, right? Back of the chair. So our upper body should be leaned against the back of the chair. අපි හොඳට හේතු වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනේ මේ පුඩුවේ පිටිපස්ස ඇඳද, right? I kept a little distance in between the chair and the person sitting on, right? It is for you to understand, but you should understand that when you are sitting in the correct posture, you should lean against the back of the chair, right? Okay. Now, what else? How many? So hands. What about the hands? I didn't draw any hands on this person. What about the hands of this person? There are several ways which we can keep our hands in such a situation, right? If you don't have any table or anything, computer or anything in front of it, where should we keep our hands? We could keep our hands like this. We should keep our hands on our own thighs. Thighs means our kalava, the part between our hip and the knee. Then he says how thigh, right? Thigh. We could keep our hands on the thigh. That is one way, right? That is one way of keeping our hands in the correct sitting posture. If there's nothing else, we could keep our arms on the thighs, our own thighs, right? Now consider we have a table in front of us. We have a table in front of us like this. I'm drawing only a part of the table, only the surface of the table I'm drawing. right? We have a table in front of us, like this. Then we could keep our hands on the table. This is also a correct way. This is also a correct way of keeping our hands in the sitting posture, right? අපි ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නකොට මේසෙ උඩත් අත තියාගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන්, right? So this is the second way which we can keep our hands, right? Okay. Now that's another way. That's another way, right? I will erase this part. Okay. Now there's no table, but we have arms on this chair. We have arms on this chair like this. We have two arms in either side of this chair. Arms means අත්ඇඳි. අපි අත්ඇඳි කියන්නේ අර පුදුල තියෙන මත් දෙක තියාගෙන නැති දෙනවා. නාම එකට කියනවා අපි අත්ඇඳි නැත්නම් arms of the chair. Not the person, arms of the chair. පුටුවේ arms දෙක අත් දෙක කියලා කියනවා. නැත්නම් අපි සිංහලෙන් අත් කියන්නේ අපි කියන්නේ අත්ඇඳි කියන්නේ. Right? In English, but in English we say arms of the chair. Right? Arms of the chair. If we have arms in this chair, we could keep our hands like this. We could keep our hands on these arms of the chair. So there are three basic ways which we can keep our hands when we are in the sitting posture, or when you are maintaining the correct sitting posture. There are three ways, right? Okay. Remember, there are three ways of keeping our hands, right? Okay. Then what else about correct sitting posture? What about our shoe soles and the feet? We have talked about our head, our shoulders, our upper body, our hands. All these things we have talked about. So what about our legs? How to keep our legs in the correct way when you are using this posture? Our soles. Soles means අපේ යටිපතුල්. Soles. යටිපතුල්. Right? Our soles. We should keep our soles completely on the ground. Completely flat on the ground. Right? I will draw that part little bigger. Separately, I will draw that part. Right? I will draw that part separately and little bigger in here. Right? I will draw this part. Like this. This is the floor. Consider this as the floor. This is our feet. I will draw feet with the shoe. This. Right? This is the shoe, and this is the right. Okay. So our leg should, our sole, our yatipatu, right? Our sole should touch the ground completely, and we should keep our feet flat on the ground. Flat on the ground. සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම විමස් ස්පර්ශ වෙලා තියෙන විදිහට තමයි අපි තියාගන්න ඕනේ. Not like this, right? The floor. Not like this. This is the wrong way. If we keep like this, it is also a wrong way. Okay. Right? We should keep our soles on the ground completely. Right? Completely flat on the ground. Completely flat on the ground. We should keep our soles. Right? So these are the basic things which you can identify and which we should consider when using this sitting posture. Actually, sitting on a chair. When you are sitting on a chair, these are the things we should consider. Right? Okay. I will show you some photographs as well regarding these things we have discussed. Right? See this. See, now there are two postures. Who is working on a desk, right? Now, what is wrong with this posture? His upper body is not rigid. riju nahi, killing nahi. See, it's little bent forward. His leg, his head is little bent over, right? It's rada namila tiyenne, right? So it is not correct. See, the second picture is very clear. His body, his head, and shoulders and the hip are in the correct vertical line, a simple vertical line, right? And he's keeping his hands as well in the correct position, correct way. And here also see, is little lean forward with the chair. See, his shoulders are little bent. Likewise, this is the correct, incorrect posture, incorrect. This one is correct. See, his upper body is well rigid. Hitting upper body and here as well you can see the difference between the correct way and the incorrect way, right? Okay. So these are very simple things. You can understand those things, and we'll see what is next. Now that is all about correct sitting and actually correct way of sitting on a chair. Okay, right? Now we talk about more about correct walking. How to walk correctly. How to walk correctly. So correct walking. Now we are going to discuss about correct walking. How to walk correctly. Walk means everything. During the day, during our day-to-day life, we are using this posture in many different ways and many different occasions. We are using this posture. We walk all the time. Everything, right? අපි ගොඩක් පාවිච්චි කරන ඉරියව්වක් තමයි මේ walking කියලා කියන්නේ. So we'll see some points to be considered when we are walking in the correct way. If you want to walk in the correct way, some points which we should consider. මොනවද සලකන්න ඕනේ හරි විදියට ඇවිදිනකොට. We'll see about that. No? Person walking. Right? Is walking this direction. Right? This person is walking this direction. Consider that. Right? When walking, our body, actually our upper body means from the waist up. Right? Our upper body should be rigid. Rigid means rigid. Right? Our upper body should be rigid. It should not be like this or like this. Right? Our upper body should be rigid. Okay, visual the another bone. And our toes. Right? Our toes. Toes mean toes. Right? What about our toes? Toes should be directed exactly to the direction of walking. Toes should be directed exactly to the walking direction. Right? Same as the walking direction. Again, අපි ඇවිදින දිශාවටම අපේ ඇඟිලි පාදය නොගෙන. Toes mean fingers in our hand. Sorry, in our legs. Right? The couple leg. Should be directed to the walking direction. I will show it to you like this. If this is our walking direction, consider this is our walking direction. How we keep off it? How we should keep off it like this. Consider this side as the toe side of the sole. අපි අඩියේ ඇඟිලි තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. මම නිකන් අදින්නේ sketch එකක් විදිහට. Drawing skills are like lost. So, online. See, our toes should be directed same as in the walking direction. See, toes are directed in the same way. If our toes are directed like this, direction of toes are way off than the direction of walking. See, direction of walking is there. Our toes are directed somewhere outside to the walking direction, away from the walking direction. So this is a wrong way, right? And if we keep our toes like this, oh, we keep our strides like this. See, toes are directed inwards to the direction of walking, keeping the feet like this, right? So this is also a incorrect, also an incorrect way. So this is the correct way. Is that walking directions and the directions of the toes are in the same way. එකම පැත්තට තියෙනවා නම් අන්න ඒක තමයි හරිම ක්‍රමය. And the other thing, right? The distance between each step. Distances between each steps. Yes, this part. Distance between each step means from this step to this step. That's a relevant distance. And this step to this step. See, there is some kind of distance. Distance එකක් තියෙනවා. So these distances between each step should be almost equal. They don't need to be exactly equal to the millimeter, but they should be almost equal, right? සමාන ආසන්න වශයෙන් සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ මේ steps අතර දුර. steps අතර දුර ආසන්න වශයෙන් සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ, right? Now we'll see more about the feet. No, right? So when we are walking, we are touching the ground with our feet, right? Before that, I will go. Right? This is our foot. Consider this as our foot, right? So this part we call that heel. Right? And these are our toes. And heel. Toes. And this part, the part just before our toes, which touch the ground, right? The part just before our toes, which touches the ground. Or the specimen, and even the ball of the foot, ball of the foot, right? So these are three main parts in our sole of the foot. So when you are walking, when you are making a step on the ground, right? When you are putting a step on the ground, the first thing that should touch the ground, the first part of our foot that should touch the ground is what? Our heel. Our heel should touch the ground first. Then it should touch the ball of the foot. Then at last it should touch the ground. The toes should touch the ground. Right? Like this. This is my heel. This is my ball of the foot. These are the toes. When I'm making a step on the ground, my heel should touch the ground first, then the ball, finally the toes. So when we are walking, this is the order. Our foot touch the ground in this order. First the heel, then ball of the foot, then the toes. Right? When we order again, always partial, right? So you should keep that in mind, this order, right? You may get you may be asked in question papers about this correct order. Right? And what about hands when you are walking? What about hands when you are walking? When you are walking now, hands are automatically means swing, you know. Yes, pad, you know. අපි කියන්නේ ඇවිදිනකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒක මෙහෙම it will happen automatically. Like unintentionally it will happen to you, right? When you are walking, your hands are swung automatically. Automatically ඒක swing වෙනවා. Right? එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඇයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ? Why this is happening to us when you are walking? This is happening to maintain our body balance when we are walking. In order to maintain our body balance, this happens. මේක වෙනවා අපිට අපේ ඇවිදිනකොට අපේ body balance එක තියාගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන තමයි මෙන්න මේක සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. You can check that. You can check that. You can keep your hands like this and you can try walking here and there, right? Or you can keep your hands on inside the pocket, inside your pockets. Then you can try walking here and there. You will feel some off balance off, right? Body balance එකේ පොඩි ගැටලුවක් ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ තේරෙයි මේ විදිහට අත් දෙක අපි ෆ්‍රී නැතුව අපි සාප්පු දෙකේ වගේ දාගෙන ඇවිදලා බැලුවා, right? So swinging will happen rhythmically. Rhythm එකක් කරනවා according to a simple rhythm it will happen. Both legs and our hands is being swing so rhythmically. Rhythm එකක් කරනවා තමයි එහාට මෙහාට swing වෙන්නේ. Right? According to a simple rhythm. රටාවකට අනුව. Right? Like periodically. With same equal time periods. Right? In equal time periods it will happen. සමාන කාල පරාසයක් ඇතුළත. ඒකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ rhythmic කියලා. rhythm එකක් අනුව රටාවකට අනුව වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. And with our left leg, when you are walking, with our left leg, our right hand comes forward. With our left leg, our right hand comes forward, and with our right leg, our left hand comes forward. The opposite way. With the left leg, the right hand comes forward. With the right leg, our left hand comes forward. And same goes for the backwards as well. එහෙමයි මාරු වෙලා යනවා, right? අන්නේ rhythm එකෙන් තමයි අපේ අත් දෙක සහ කකුල් දෙක දැනෙන්නේ swing වෙන්නේ, right? So these are the things we should consider when you are walking in the correct way. Using the correct way you are walking, these points should be considered and should remember these points, right? Okay, now we'll see different ways or different simple activities which we can do to practice these correct walking methods, right? These techniques, these correct postures, if you want to practice those things, right? If you want to practice these correct ways of walking, we can do some simple exercises or activities to make it perfect. අපිට ඒක හොඳට පුරු වෙන්න නම් අපිට පොඩි exercises ටිකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? So balancing our body throughout this posture is very important. When you are walking, balancing our body is very important. So most of the activities are based on that balancing of the body. And සමබර කර ගැනීම පිළිබඳ තමයි ගොඩක් මේ activities based වෙලා තියෙන්නේ, right? Okay. First activity we can do is first as a start we can walk on our toes and ball of the foot. Which means what? We can walk on the toes or the ball of our foot. Ball of the foot means without heel touching the ground. We could walk without heel touching the ground like this. Without heel touching the ground. See, we could walk like this, like this. In that way, it is somewhat very difficult for us to keep the balance while walking in this manner. Maybe the balance So if we do this as an exercise, what will happen? We'll get used to keep our balance in a proper way. In a perfect way, we will be able to balance our body when we are walking in a normal way. අපි සාමාන්‍ය විදිහට ඇවිදිනකොට මේව practice කරලා it will be very easy for us to maintain our balance. අපේ balance එක තියාගන්න ගොඩක් ලේසි වෙයි. එතකොට අන්න මේ විදිහට අපි ඇවිදලා practice කරනවා. Then we can do the opposite of this as well. We can do the opposite of this as well. What is the opposite? We could go walk by only touching the heel of the foot. By only touching the heel of the foot. We could walk on heels. We could walk on our heels. Our heels nothing in the pulwa. Right? Only from the heels. Right? It does the same thing as in the previous activity. මේ activity එක වගේම දෙයක් තමයි මෙතනදී සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. Right? And we could walk with different stride lengths, which means we could walk. Stride means අඩි. අපි අඩි කියන රූලේ අඩි නෙමෙයි. අපි තියෙන අඩි එවිදිනකොට අඩි කියනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. Strides. We can walk while keeping strides in different ways. එක එක විදිහට අඩි කියමින් අපිට ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. We could keep long strides, we could keep short stride. ඈතින් අඩි තීතිය ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. ළඟ අඩි තීතිය ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. Right? Or we could try to keep equal strides in between each step. Step එකක් අතරම equal දුරක් සමාන දුරක් තියමින් අපිට ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. See, likewise we could practice our striding skills. The way we keep our strides, we could practice it by doing it in different ways. විවිධ ක්‍රම වලින් කරලා අපිට ඒක practice වෙන්න හැකියාව තියෙනවා. And the other thing we can do, we could walk sideways like this. We could walk sideways, side to side. Keeping our feet like this. Keeping our feet like this. Side to side. We are coding kaputan කොහොමද? පැත්තට. දෙපැත්තට මෙහෙ බලාගෙන දෙපැත්තට. ඒ වගේ we could keep walking side to side. Right? And also we could walk backwards as well. පිටිපස්සට ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. Without looking back, we could walk backwards. පිටිපස්සට යන්න පුළුවන්. ගිහිල්ලා ඒ විදිහට practice වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ walking methods, right? Or walking techniques. And we can walk in a zigzag manner. We can walk in a zigzag manner. What do you call by zigzag manner? Zigzag means this is what we call zigzag. Zigzag way. We could walk like this in a zigzag way. In a zigzag path, we could walk normally. In a normal way, using a normal walking method, we could walk in such a direction, changing the directions always, right? So if you are walking in a zigzag path, we get to change our direction suddenly, time to time. See, walking this way again, suddenly we have to turn back and change our direction, again changing the direction. Likewise, we get to change our direction time to time suddenly. එකපාරටම අපේ direction එක වෙනස් කරන්න වෙනවා මේ වගේ path එක ඇවිදිනකොට. So it will also be helpful to keep our body balance during our walking exercises, right? Okay, and we could do a straight line on the ground. We can draw a straight line on the ground like this. Simple straight line. Having this on the pen. Right? A simple straight line on the ground, right? And we could walk. We can walk on this straight line, keeping our all steps on this straight line like this. These are the strides, right? Keeping our all strides on this straight line, we could walk like this. Right? This is not the normal way we should walk, but as an exercise, we could practice this. Okay, in this way also, it will improve our balancing qualities. Our balancing skills will be improved, right? And there's another method we could walk using this straight line, right? It's a straight line. Walk, keeping our steps, strides, keeping our steps either side of this line. Keeping our steps either side of this line. මේ line එක දෙපැත්තෙන් අඩි කීතිය ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන්. So it will help. These two exercises or activities will help us to keep a straight direction of our walking, to maintain the straight direction. කෙලින් ඇවිදින්න අපිට පුළුවන් තම ලැබෙනවා මෙන්න මේ වගේ exercise එකකින් නැත්නම් activity එකකින්. Right? අපිට කෙලින් path එක it will help us to keep our walking path in a straight line. කෙලින් ඇවිදින්න පුරුදු කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ වගේ activity එකක් යොදාගෙන. So that's all for correct walking. That is all we have to talk about correct walking. Very simple things we have talked about. So if you prefer the note, you will understand it way better, right? I hope you understood all the things which I have explained. So we'll move on to the other part then, right? We'll move on to the other part. About the next thing, the next activity or the next posture which we are going to talk about is lying down posture. Lying down means the posture which we are using in our sleeping. ඉඳාගෙන ඉන්නකොට යොදා ගන්න ඉරියව්ව, lying down posture, right? This is the posture which we are going to talk about now, right? Okay, so what about lying down posture? First we'll discuss some ways which we can lie down on the floor. නේද? අපි ඉඳා ගන්න පුළුවන් විවිධ ක්‍රම. Same as in the sitting position, there are several ways which you can lie down on something. Maybe on the floor, maybe on the mattress. Okay, so there are different ways which we can lie down. අපි ඉඳා ගන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් අපි වැතිරිලා ඉන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රම කිහිපයක් අපිට තියෙනවා. අපි ඒ ටික ඩිස්කස් කරලා ඉස්සෙල්ලා මොනවද මේ ක්‍රම කියලා you can refer your note, right? I will explain those things. First way, we can lie with our face upwards. We can lie with our face upwards like this. If this is the floor, right? This is the floor. You can lie down. I will draw like this in a simple way, right? We can draw with our face upwards. We are facing upwards. Uda balangin, right? So our chest, our abdomen, our body, our dananis, they are facing upwards. Uda පැත්ත හැරිලා අපි මේකට in single we call that. That's a word I can't remember, right? Let me tell you if I remember, right? So we uda පැත්තට හැරිලා නිදාගෙන ඉන්නවා. උඩ බලන්න. So then this is a way which we can use this lying down posture. This is one way. This is only one way, right? And we call this position as supine position. It is in your note as well. Supine position, right? Supine position. Then the next one, the next way which we can lie down is facing downwards, right? Facing downwards. If someone is sleeping like this, facing downwards. Right? Facing downwards. So our chest, our abdomen, our knees are touching the floor which we are lying down on, right? අපි ඉඳාගෙන ඉන්න පොළොව මත අපේ පපුව බඩ දණහිස් ඒ ටික වැදෙන විදිහට යට බලාගෙන ඉඳා ගන්න, right? So that is one way. We can lie down facing downwards. We call that position prone position. Prone position. Prone, right? These words are mentioned in your notes. Don't worry. Okay, you will see that. Prone position. But when we are using this prone position, we don't keep our heads directly facing downwards. Yeah, tilting our head a little so we can breathe well. If we sleep like this, what will happen? If we sleep like this, what will happen? We won't be able to breathe. Our respiration path will be blocked by this position, right? So using this, even though we are saying facing downwards, in this position, we are using the prone position, we are tilting our head a little side, your side. Okay, so that our respiration path will not be blocked. Right? ඒක block වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන හුස්ම ගන්න path එක block වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න අපි ඒක චුට්ටක් ඔළුව හරවලා තියන්න. Right? So that now that's two ways. Third way, line sideways. Line sideways. Sideways means like this. Facing the side for this side, or we could see facing the other side as well. පැත්තට හැරලා නිදා ගන්න. අපි in Sinhala we call that ඇලයට නිදා ගන්නවා. දකුණු ඇලය හෝ වම් ඇලය. Right? We could keep facing a side. Now our whole body is facing a particular side. මොකක්ද side එකකට වම් හෝ දකුණු side එකකට සම්පූර්ණ body එක හැරවිලා තියෙනවා. Right? Facing a side. පැත්තකට හැරිලා නිදා ගන්න එක. Right? We could use either left or the right side for this position. Right? So facing left or right. Lying sideways or facing left or side. How can we identify if this person is facing left or right? If it's like this, one hand will be between your body and the floor. එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාලගේ ඇඟයි පොළවයි අතර හිරෙලා යට වෙලා තියෙනවා. යට වෙලා තියෙනවද කියන්නේ? If the bottom hand is left hand, right? When you are sleeping sideways, either left or right. If the bottom hand is left hand, that means you are facing left side or you are lying side to the left. Sorry, one පැත්තට ඇලවෙලා ඉන්න. If the bottom hand is right hand, which means you are facing the right side. The bottom hand is right side, right hand, you are facing the right side. Right? එතකොට දකුණු ඇලයට නිදාගෙන ඉන්නවා කියන්නේ. Right? And there's another position. Right? There's another position. I will erase this and I will draw it again. This is the floor. This is somewhat same as the line upwards or the supine position. Upper body is same as the supine position of facing upwards. Is facing upwards, but his legs are bent from the knees and closer to his body. It's close to his body. What did I tell you about? If the legs are bent and legs are closer to your body, what is the word we use for that? Crook line. Crook line. Crook line. Crook line. This is what we call crook line. Legs are bent and close to our body. කකුල් දෙක තමලා කකුල් දෙක ළඟට අරන්. Hands are like this in the normal way, right? The man is facing upwards. He's in the his line facing upwards, but legs are a little different. Legs are bent from the knees and close to our body. ඇඟ ළඟට අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ නිදා ගන්න. So these are some basic ways which we could use to sleep or not to sleep actually, to lie down on the floor. පිටක නිදා ගන්න නැත්නම් අපිට වැතිරීම සඳහා යොදා ගන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රම කීපයක් තමයි අපි මේ කතා. Right? Now what? Now we consider some points, some important facts to be considered when using this lying down posture. When you are using this lying down posture, if you want to use this posture in the correct manner, there are some things which you should consider. There are some things which you should consider and be mindful of. Right? ඔයාලා මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ අවධානය යොමු කළ යුතු කාරණා කීපයක් තියෙනවා මේ නිදා ගැනීම සම්බන්ධ නැත්නම් වැතිරීම සම්බන්ධ. Right? Okay, බලන්න. First, we'll see about the flow which we are using to lie down on. නිදාගන්න පාවිච්චි කරන මතු පිට ගැන අපි බලමු මොකක්ද. අක්කයි බිම හරි මොකක් හරි එකක් උඩනේ අපි නිදාගන්න වෙන්නේ. right? මෙන්න මේ මතු පිට නැත්නම් surface එක. What about the surface? You can use for this posture. This surface, definitely this surface should be rigid and a flat surface. Should be a rigid and a flat horizontal surface. Flat horizontal surface. Horizontal means, I told you, tiras. This is what it is. The surface should be a horizontal one and it should be rigid. Rigid means druda. It is higher. Higher. Or metta higher. Right? Even though we are using mattresses to sleep, it is not the absolute correct way, correct type of flow which we should use for that posture. And here, harima kramaya මෙට්ටයක් අපි යොදාගත්තට for to be comfortable we use a mattress, but it is not the ideal way. It is not the ideal floor to sleep, right? If it is a hard flat surface like the floor of your house, right? Or like ගෙදර බිමක් ගත්තොත් it is hard, horizontal and flat. Flat means not like this. It should be flat, right? So this is the ideal floor or the surface which we could use to lie down on, right? අපිට නිදාගන්න පුළුවන් හොඳම පොළව තමයි surface එක තමයි flat, horizontal and rigid surface එක, right? Awesome. What will happen if we sleep on a surface like this? A surface which is not flat. Our body also will take this shape. A shape එකට අපේ body එකත් කොහොමම අරපණු එක්ක වෙයි. තමයි අපි කියන්නේ. So it will affect our mainly it will affect our curvatures of the spine. අපේ පොදුවට පෙළේ තියෙන curvatures වලට මේක effect කරනවා. Right? So very important. Remember. And when we are sleeping or lying down, what about our shoulders? Head, shoulders, this is the leg, these are our hands, right? So what about our head, shoulder and hip in this position? Our head, shoulders, this is our head, shoulder and the hip. Okay, these 3 points of our body, when we are lying down in the correct way, if you are lying down in the correct position or in the correct way, our head, shoulder and our hip should lie on a straight horizontal line. They should lie on a straight horizontal line. Now horizontal means what? This. Now if you draw a horizontal line like this, see, hips lie on the line, shoulders lie on the line, and our head as well lies on the straight line. මේ තුනම මේ points තුනම මොකේද තියෙන්නේ? මේ straight horizontal straight line එකේ තමයි තියෙන්නේ, right? They should lie on a straight horizontal line. These 3 points of our body. Sorry, ये उन्हें points එකම line එක තියෙන්න ඕන, right? And the most important thing, this one, curvatures of our body and the spine actually, right? Curvatures. There are natural curvatures in our spine. Spine means something convoluted figure. If you look a side view of a person, our spine is somewhat like this. The facing this way, spine is somewhat like this. මේ වගේ curvature එකකින් තමයි අපි side view එකක් ගත්තොත් කෙනෙක්ගේ convoluted figure spine එක තියෙන්නේ. මේ පැත්තෙන් බලනකොට දැන් මම මෙහෙම ඉන්නකොට ඔයාලා මේ පැත්තෙන් බැලුවොත් මගේ ස්පයින් එක x-ray එකකින් වගේ පේනවා මේ විදිහට තමයි curvature එකට තියෙන්නේ. If you take x-ray in this way directly from the front, it won't be straight line. So straight line. We can't see any curvatures when you are looking directly from the front, right? මේ පැත්තට කැඩුවොත් curvature එකක් නැහැ. කෙලින්ම rigid විදිහට තමයි අපේ spine එක නැත්තම් පොදුවට පේජී කියන එක තියෙන්නේ. Right? So when you are sleeping and when you are choosing a surface to lie on, very important thing to be considered. It should, the surface, the nature of the surface should not affect our natural curvatures of the spine, right? See, now if you are using a surface like this, what will happen? Our spine will be like this according to this shape. It will align to this shape. එතකොට අපේ natural curvatures අන්න damage වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Heavily, it would heavily affect the health of your spine. හොඳට පේලියට නරක විදිහට ඒක බලපාන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So if you are using a mattress, when you are using mattresses, if that mattress is too soft, if that mattress is too soft, like too spongy, what will happen? That mattress is too spongy. When you sleep, it will be like this. The mattress will be like this when you sleep. So our body curvature is also aligned to this curvature of the mattress. So it is better to use a mattress little hard. Can go ducks of network. Hard. High mattress right? And not only the spine and the curvatures of the body, our breathing process should also not be disturbed by this lying down posture. See, remember what I said about facing downwards, lying with face downwards. Think we should tilt our head so that we can breathe easily without any disturbance. අපිට කරදරයක් නැතුව මූණ ඔබාගෙන ඉන්න නැතුව පැත්තට හරවන්න කියමුද අර hearts block වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න තියාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ නිසා. So breathing process should not be disturbed at any cost. Right? කිසිම හේතුවක් නිසා අපේ breathing process එකට disturb වෙන්න බෑ මේ මොන විදියට හිතාගත්තා. Right? And our body parts, our hands, our neck, our legs should not be injured while doing this, while maintaining this posture. මේ posture එක අවලංබනය කරද්දී මේවට හානියක් වෙන්නේ නැති විදිහට අපි ඒ අවස්ථාව තෝරා ගන්නට ඕනේ, especially the surface. When you are choosing the surface, මේ හිතා ගන්න මත පිට තෝරා ගන්න ඒවා සැලකිලිමත් වෙන්න ඕනේ. And another thing, our body should be fully relaxed. Our body should be fully relaxed. Fully relaxed means when you are this is the only posture, right? This is the only posture which we can maintain without consuming any energy in our body, without consuming any energy in our body to keep the body in a balanced position. Did you understand that? කියන්නේ මේ ඉරියව්ව තමයි අපිට කිසිම ශක්තියක් වැය නොකර balance කරගන්න. So consider I'm standing right now, right? I'm teaching you while standing. So in order to stand and keep my body like this in a balanced way without being fall, right? වැටෙන්නේ නැතුව මම කෙලින් මේ බොඩි එක තියාගන්න නම් even though we didn't feel that, our body is doing some work for that. Our body is always maintaining the balance through our body muscles and the bone skeletal system. Using those things, our body will always doing some kind of thing to maintain our body balance. මේ body එකේ balance එක තියාගන්න හැම වෙලේම මොකක් හරි ක්‍රියාවක් කරනවා. අපිට තේරුම් නැති වුණා. Right? So it will consume our energy. It will always consume our energy. ඒකනේ දැන් අපිට හිතගෙන හිටියොත් ටිකක් වෙලා පැයක් විතර මේ හිතන් හිටියොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒක මහන්සි. සෙදලා මොකද වෙන්නේ? හිතන් හිට බැරි වෙනවා. Why? Why is that? Our body is consuming energy continuously. to keep your body like this, right? To keep your body like this, our body is working. But in this position, our body don't have to work for that to keep the body balanced, right? It is fully resting on the floor. So this is the only position which we can keep our body relaxed fully 100%. Which we can keep our body 100% relaxed. 100ක් සැහැල්ලුවෙන් තියාගන්න පුළුවන් එකම ඉරියව්ව තමයි මෙන්න මේක. ඉඳගෙන හිටියත් ඒක තියෙනවා. අපි කන්සියුම් කරන්න ඕන එනර්ජි එකක් බැලන්ස් කරගන්න අනිත් හැම ඇවිත්තක් තියෙනවා. But in here we don't need to consume any kind of energy to keep our body balanced. So our body can be 100% relaxed, right? That is why we are using this posture to give rest to our body. In order to give a rest to our body, we use this specific posture. අපි නිදා ගන්න මේ ඉරියව්ව අපිට තියෙන්නේ හිටගෙන නිදා ගන්න දෙයි. මෙහෙම නිදා ගන්න යන්නේ එක. අපේ බොඩි එක එනර්ජි කන්සම්ප්ෂන් එකෙන් අයින් කරලා බැලන්ස් කරන්න තියෙන එනර්ජි කන්සම්ප්ෂන් එකෙන් අයින් කරලා හොඳටම 100% රිලැක්ස් කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ පොසිෂන් එකේ. ඒකෙන් තමයි අපි ශරීරයේ විවේක ගන්නවන්න ඕන නම් රෙස්ට් කරන්න ඕන නම් ශරීරයට අපි නිදා ගන්න පොසිෂන් එකට will not consume any kind of energy to balance our body. That's right. Okay. So those are the things we should consider. Those are not the only things, right? But these are some main basic things which we should consider when using this lying down posture in a correct way. හරි විදියට lying down posture එක ක්‍රියාත්මක කරනවා නම් සැලකිය යුතු කරුණු. We have discussed about 3 basic activities which we are doing during our day-to-day activities: correct sitting, correct walking, and correct lying down positions. Right? So that is all the positions which we are going to talk about during this lesson. And now we are going to discuss about some reasons behind those bad postures. If someone is using bad posture, consider I am using a bad posture when sitting or when walking or in any instance or in any situation. If I am using a bad posture, there could be some reasons behind that. ඒකට හේතු වෙන්න පුළුවන් කාරණා ටිකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මොන වගේ දේවල්ද වෙන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම වැරදි posture එකක් වැරදි ඉරියව්වක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා. So now we are going to discuss about those reasons, the causes of bad posture, right? What are the reasons behind if someone's maintaining bad posture? Someone is maintaining a bad posture, right? So there could be some reasons behind it. So we are going to see some possible reasons or causes for someone to maintain a bad posture. Any bad posture එකක් වැරදි ඉරියව්ව භාවිත කරනවා නම් ඒකට හේතු වෙන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් මොනවද ඒවල තියෙන්නේ කියලා අපි බලන්න තමයි දැන් යන්නේ. Right? Okay. First thing, unsuitable environment could be a cause for this kind of situation. Unsuitable environment. What do you mean by environment in here? The environment means not the skies, trees, valleys and everything, not all those things. In here, the environment means our surrounding. Surrounding means the things we use, the things we wear, the things we put on. අපි පාවිච්චි කරන අපි use කරන අපි අඳින දේවල් අපි පාවිච්චි කරන මේ වටපිටාවේ තියෙන දේවල් මේ surrounding එකේ තියෙන දේවල්. ඒකට තමයි අපේ surrounding එක තමයි අපි environment කියලා මෙතනදී හඳුනා ගන්න. So if you are studying and you are using a chair and a desk, so those 2 items also could be included in our surrounding of our environment. ඒකත් environment එකේ කොටසක් විදිහට අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? If you are wearing a dress, also could be taken as your environment. Environment එකත් අපිට ගන්න. Likewise, the things we use, the things we put on, those things, if those things are not suitable, for maintaining correct postures, you may be forced to use incorrect postures in such situations. right? So if you are going to study now with this computer, now we are going to work with the computer like this. See, there's a desk and there's a computer on top of it, right? Now we are going to do some work by sitting on this computer, but you don't have a proper chair. You don't have a proper chair. You have a little desk with no back. Put a or a little box instead of a chair. We have a little box to sit on. Chair එකක් වෙනකොට තියෙන ඕන box එකක් තියෙන ඒක තමයි දැන් හිතන්නේ. Right? ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න. So what will happen? So you have no back on this chair to lean on. හේතු වෙන back එකක් නැහැ පුටුවේ. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? You will be learn against the desk. So your spine should will be like this, bent but not rigid. නේද? අපේ පොඩ්ඩට පෙරේ නැත්නම් අපේ බොඩි කන්න කෙලින් තියාගන්න බැරි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? And if this is not the height of this box is not enough for you to work on a computer, what will happen? If the height is not enough, what will happen? You may have to look up like this. උඩ බලාගෙන තමයි කරන්න වෙන්නේ. වැඩ කරන්න. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? Are we keeping our neck in the proper way in this scenario? No. We can't keep the head. We can't keep our head and our neck in the proper way. See, if you don't have enough or suitable equipment or suitable surrounding, or if you don't have the suitable environment around you, you won't be able to maintain your correct posture. Right? Won't be able to maintain your correct postures in such scenarios. ඒ වගේ අවස්ථාවලදී අන්න ඔයාලට බැරි වෙනවා මේවා කරන්න. Consider someone's wearing a heel. Ladies does this all the time. අපි කියන radius සම්පත්තු කියලා heels. See, now the legs should be like this. If someone is wearing something like this, someone like this, something like this. Sorry. What will happen? Now our leg is like this. Is this a normal way that we could keep our foot? අපිට මෙහෙම කකුල තියාගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද? Is this a normal way? Is this natural? Can we consider this posture as natural or correct one? No, definitely we cannot. So what will happen? If we use incorrect equipment, වැරදි උපකරණ භාවිත කරොත් අපි ඇඳුමක් පිටින් හරි what will happen? We will be forced to maintain incorrect postures. අපිට අන්න වැරදි ඉරියව්වකට යන්න වෙනවා. Such things will cause accidents as well. මේ වගේ දේවල් වලින් අනුතුරු වෙන්නත් හැකියාව තියෙනවා. Right? So our environment, the things we use, things we put on and things we use, everything around us will be important. Okay, they all are important for our correct postures. In order to maintain correct posture, all those things around us are important. Right? And what else? What are the other causes? Excessive tiredness. Excessive tiredness means anavashya mahansi. Now consider I am teaching since the morning, and if this is the night time, I am teaching continuously since morning. So 7, 6, 7 or 8 hours continuously I am teaching now. Right? So what will happen? I will be too tired. ගොඩක් මහන්සි මට ඒක දිගට මම දැන් උගන්නලා හිතමු පැය 10ක් විතර එක දිගට ගන්නකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? I will get tired. So what will happen? I will be like this. So I am like this. Am I maintaining the correct posture? So if you are too tired, we will not be able to maintain again the correct postures, right? Simply because we are tired. We don't know. If I'm too tired, I don't care about the posture, I don't care about my spine. I try to lean on something and be like this. See, so excessive tiredness can cause bad postures in our day-to-day life, right? And the other thing, birth deformities, right? You can see it in your note. Birth deformities. Deformities means abada, right? Abada. So deformities can occur for a person. Deformities can occur due to two types of reasons. හේතු දෙකක් නිසා deformities අපි ගන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්. හේතු දෙකක් නිසා deformities ඇති වෙනවා. මොකක්ද? One, environmental factors. Due to environmental factors, something could happen to a person. A deformity could happen to a person. Environment factors means accidents, injuries. If you are maintaining bad postures, it will be environment factor, right? Actually, this is not the first one. The second one. First one is congenital factors. Congenital factors. संजानीय हेतु. Congenital factors, right? Congenital factors means things happened before your birth. Things will happen before your birth. If something happens before your birth, that thing causes you to have a deformity. We call that reason and congenital factor. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉපදෙන්න කලින් මොකක් හරි හේතුවක් නිසා ඉපදෙන්න කලින් වුණ හේතුවක් නිසා වුණ දෙයකින් අපිට deformity එකක් ආවොත් අපි කියනවා that deformity is caused by a congenital factor. That deformity is caused by a congenital factor. සංජානනීය හේතුවක් නිසා ඇති වුණ දේවල්. So what will be the congenital factors? Let's consider some diseases and deformities can be brought down by our genes. Genes means අපේ ජාන. ජාන කොහෙන්ද එන්නේ? ජාන එන්නේ from our parents and our ancestors. ඒ පරම්පරාවෙන්. පරම්පරාවෙන් ජානත් එක්ක සමහර deformities and diseases come down. එන්න පුළුවන් අපිට ජාන වලින්. එතකොට ඒක කොයි වෙලාවෙද? Before birth something happened before their birth, right? So that will be a congenital factor. And when you are in your mother's womb, ammage bade inna kale, if mother is not having enough nutrition, mother didn't get enough nutrition, what will happen? It will affect the baby inside her womb. ඒ ගර්භාෂයේ ඉන්න ළමයාට බලපානවා අම්මා නිවැරදි පෝෂණය ගත්තේ නැත්නම්. Sometimes the deformities in our spine could happen, right? Deformities could happen to our spinal cord due to malnutrition conditions during the pregnancy. ගර්භණී කාලයේදී වෙන්න පුළුවන් පෝෂණ උණතාවයන් නිසා, right? Nutritional issues නිසා ළමයාගේ spine එකට නැත්නම් පොඳුරට පේලියට නැත්නම් සුසුම්නාවට ආබාධ සිදු වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේ වගේ congenital issues නිසා if something happened due to a congenital factor, we call those birth deformities. Birth deformities. Those deformities are there when the person is born. Yeah, ඉපදෙනකොට මේ deformity එක තියෙනවා. So that person have to do anything about that, right? Don't know anything about that. The deformity, right? These things are there. එයාට ඒක කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. එයාගේ වැරද්දක් නෙමෙයි කියලා. ඒක කලින් ඉඳන් ආපු දෙයක්, right? Birth deformities can cause such deformities or such bad postures, which means now see the baby is born, but his spine is little bent to sideways like this. Spine is bent like this. There are such deformities, right? එහෙම තියෙනවා. මෙහෙම ඇද වෙලා. කොන්ද මෙහෙම ඇද වෙලා. මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ. කෙලින් බලපුවම මෙහෙම ඇද වෙලා. A little bent and curved to sideways. Curved to sideways. So what will happen now? If my spine is like this, what will happen to me? Can I be able to sit? So stand like this rigidly and talk to you? No, I will be like this. See, so I won't be able to maintain the correct posture. What is the reason behind that? That birth deformity or the birth deformity caused by the congenital factor, right? මගේ කොන්ද මෙහෙම තියෙනවා හින්දා මට නිවැරදි ඉරියව්ව පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. Right? I will be like this. එතකොට මට අන්න correct posture එක maintain කරන්න බෑ. Reason for not maintaining the correct posture is that birth deformity, and the reason for that birth deformity is a congenital factor. Right? ඒකට දෙන්න කලින් මුණ දේවල් ගන්න. ඒකට අපි කියනවා birth deformities. Right? Birth deformities. And other thing is emotional imbalance. Emotional imbalance and carelessness. We take those two factors together. Emotional imbalance and birth deformity. Sorry, carelessness. Carelessness කියන්නේ නොසලකීමක්. Emotional imbalance කියලා කියන්නේ චිත්ත වේග අසමතුලිතතාවය. Emotional imbalance means what? Emotions means what? The emotions we get to our mind, like happiness, sorrow, anger, fear. Likewise, those are the emotions we get to our mind, right? So we cannot control emotions, right? We cannot control any emotions, right? But we can control one thing. We can control the reaction we make to those emotions, right? Emotions will come. Eventually, those will come to our mind. We cannot stop it or change it, right? මේ දුක සතුට කියන අපිට හිතට එන එක නතර කරන්න බෑ, right? We cannot control that, but we can control the reaction for those emotions. We can control the thing which you are going to do about those emotion. අපිට දැන් තරහ ගියාම වෙන එක දැන් anger emotion, what I do? Should I do? Maybe I will hit some with a friend or someone else. With anger, I will hit someone. No, I cannot avoid that feeling or the emotion. I cannot avoid from that feeling or the emotion, but I can control it in my friend. I can stop it. I cannot do that. Right? I can stay still without doing it. But a reaction එක නැති කරන්න ඕන. So emotional balancing means controlling the reactions which you make about those incoming emotions. Emotions වලට අපි දක්වන ප්‍රතිචාරය තමයි අපි කියන්නේ ප්‍රතිචාරය control කරනවට අපි කියන emotional imbalance, right? Balance. If our emotional imbalance is very poor, our emotional balance is very poor, what will happen? We will be sad all the time, or we will be on anger all the time, right? So we won't care about anything else in such situations. We will not care about such situations. Emotional imbalance occurred. What will happen if we are emotionally unbalanced? What does that mean? Emotional unbalancing means we are always angry or sad, right? Likewise, in unstable mental condition. When we are in unstable mental conditions, we may not care much about our health, our spine, whether our spinal curves are in correct way. Likewise, whether we are sitting in the correct posture, we won't care less. We won't care much about those things. So the carelessness will come after that, right? After emotional imbalance, the carelessness will follow that, right? Now, the carelessness and emotional imbalance will cause bad postures or maintaining bad postures in our day-to-day activities, right? And emotional imbalance, carelessness, then getting used to wrong postures. Now consider every day when you are back from school to your home, you want to watch TV. Maybe you want to watch TV. At our time, we watch TV. Maybe you are watching YouTube or computer show. Something. In our times, we used to watch TVs once you get back from the school. We go to watch TV, right? So when watching TV, You think we watch TV like this, sitting like this, keeping our hands on our thighs and ලස්සනට අර මම ඇඳ ඉඳගෙන ලස්සන TV බලනවා. Never. Right? Never do that. We use different kinds of මොනවද කියන්නේ විකෘති විදිහට තමයි අපි අමුතු විදිහට තමයි ඉඳගෙන අපි TV බලන්නේ. We use different kinds of poses for that. So if you continue doing that for a long period, what will happen? If you used to watch TV with that unusual poses, using unusual postures for a long time of period, what will happen? We will get used to it. අපි ඒකට පුරුදු වෙනවා. Right? So when we are after some years, if you are continuing doing this, if you continue doing or maintaining the same posture like that, what will happen? We may want to use that posture for every instance or in every situation. We may want to use that posture. Schoolidit ekam karanna ඕන වෙන්නේ. පාඩම් කරද්දිත් ඒ විදිහට ඉන්න ඕන වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? And we may get used to those bad postures over time. කාලයකදී ඒවට පුරු වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. So it's not a good thing. Not a good thing, right? Okay. So those are some basic poses of wrong postures, right? Wrong postures. Reasons behind maintaining incorrect postures in our day-to-day life. Okay. Now we'll see some advantages and disadvantages which we can gain and which we get actually, right? Advantages and disadvantages which we get by maintaining correct postures or not maintaining correct postures, right? Advantages, we can gain advantages from maintaining correct postures, and we can get bad things or disadvantages from maintaining incorrect postures. අපිට හරි විදියට postures තියාගත්තොත් ලැබෙන හොඳ දේවල් advantages සහ වැරදි විදියට postures තියාගත්තොත් ලැබෙන නරක දේවල් disadvantages මොනවද කියලා. So I told you earlier about relaxing our body 100% when sleeping, right? Likewise, our body always trying to make our body balance, right? අපේ body එක balance කරන්න අපේ ඇඟ හැම වෙලේම our body is working on that to maintain our body or to balance our body in a proper way, right? So if you are not using the correct posture, right, like this, when standing, normally we use both our feet to stand. Use both the feet to stand. Someone is standing with one leg. What will happen? After some time, right? After some time, this person will feel an excessive tiredness. A discomfort will happen, right? They will feel some discomfort in the leg or in the knee, right? Why? This is somewhat a balanced posture, right? If you are using both the feet, it is somewhat balanced over. But in here, it is not balanced, right? So our body needs to consume more energy in order to maintain our body or to balance our body in this scenario, right? In this scenario, our body needs to consume more energy, excessive energy. වැඩිපුර ශක්තිය වැය කරන්න වෙනවා ශරීරය balance ව තියාගන්න. That is why we feel excessive tiredness during such a wrong posture. වැරදි ඉරියව්වකදී අපිට ඉක්මනින් වෙහෙසටපත් වෙන්නේ. මේ වීඩියෝත් අපි සමහරවිට උඩ වෙලා ඉන්න පුළුවන්. right? අන්න වැරදි විදිහට අපිට ඉක්මනින් tiredness ඇති වෙන්න. Using the correct way, our tiredness will be minimized. We won't get tired for a long period. For a long time, we won't get tired. If we stay maintaining that correct posture for a longer time, right? And discomfort. Discomfort. 11. Discomfort. Apahasutavaya. Discomfort. What will happen to this person after some time? His knee will get some pain. He will get some pain on his knee. Right? All the body weight will be on this single knee. මේ තනි දණහිසට තමයි සම්පූර්ණ ඇඟේම බර වැටෙන්නේ. But in here, what will happen? If the body weight is this person, body weight of this person is 50 kilograms. Let's consider the weight will be distributed equally among these two legs. 55 to this one, 55 to this leg, likewise. But in here, what will happen? If the person is 50 kilograms, all the 50 will be on this single knee. මේ දණහිසට තමයි සම්පූර්ණ බර ශරීරයේ දැනෙන්නේ. So this person will feel some discomfort after some time. So using the bad posture. That is the key. Karna අපහසුතාවය ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Accidents could occur or deformities could occur. If you maintain this posture for a longer times not continuously, daily is using this posture is what if he is used to stand with one leg all the time. After sometimes there may be some this person may get some deformities in their knee region. දණහිස ප්‍රදේශයේ යම් deformities ආබාධ ගැටලු එන්න පුළුවන්. Right? අන්න ඒ වගේ deformities ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ වැරදි posture භාවිත කරලා. And mental and physical comfort and good sleep. Mental and physical comfort. Again, what mental and physical. Physical comfort means the things related to our body. Physical means the things related to our body. If you are using correct postures, what will happen according to this example? We may not get any unusual pains, unusual discomforts, unusual deformities. Our body will be just fine, right? So what will happen? Our body will be relaxed and out of diseases or any unusual discomforts or pains. We will feel some comfort in our physical body. Physically, we will be relaxed and comforted, right? If you have a good health, if you have a good appearance, what will happen? If you have a good health, which means automatically you will have good mentality as well. Your mental health also will be good, right? ගොඩක් හොඳට ඔයාලගේ mental health එකක් පවත්වාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. And the next thing is the balance of the body. Definitely, I have explained it. Using the correct posture is very useful to balance your body rather than using the incorrect posture. මේකට වඩා මේකෙදි balance කරගන්න කොහොම lazy, right? And about internal organs, the functions of internal organs also become efficient when you are using correct postures, right? Like in the lying down posture, I have explained it. Our respiration. If you are using an incorrect posture for lying down or facing downward position in an incorrect way, what will happen? Our respiration path will be blocked. Our respiration path will be blocked. So we won't be able to breathe accordingly. Which means what? Our respiratory systems will not function as usual. Our respiratory system will not function as usual. So respiratory system is what? Is an internal organ, no? Internal system of our body. Respiratory system is an internal system of our body. So functions of that those internal systems will be efficient if we use correct postures all the time. Not only the respiratory system, our digestive system, our blood circulatory system, all will function efficiently if you are using the correct postures, right? Only if you are using the correct postures. And I forgot one thing, self-esteem and appearance. Our self-esteem and appearance and our personality will improve by using correct postures. How can our external appearance will improve through these postures? Now consider I'm standing. If I'm not using the correct posture, so I'm like this. Is my personal appearance will become better? No. You will see me as some this person. Sorry. අමුතු විදිහට ඔයගොල්ලෝමාව පේන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වගේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? If you are using the correct postures, our personal appearance will be better. It will affect directly to our personal appearance. When you are sitting, when you are standing, when you are walking, especially. අර අමුතු විදිහට ඇවිත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? වැරදි විදිහට. You may see me as a person with a deformity, some kind of deformity. Right? Likewise, our postures, our correct postures are directly affecting our physical appearance or the outer appearance of ourselves. Okay, outer appearance. So, if our physical appearance is good, our physical appearance is good, don't you feel happy about it? If you are if you are using the correct postures, your body is fine. Don't you feel a little better about yourself? If you are feeling better about yourself, is that what you call self-esteem? That is exactly what we call self-esteem. Feeling good about ourselves. තමන්ට සතුට වෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒකට කියනවා අපි self-esteem. Right? That is what we call self-esteem. And self-esteem, our physical appearance, the basic, our outside appearance, the way we talk, way we walk, the way we sit, the way we dress, the way we talk, what we talk, everything will be included in personality factor. If you take personality, all these things are included in personality. Personality නැත්නම් පෞරුෂය කිව්වම ඔන්න ඔය කරුණ ඔක්කොම මේ පෞරුෂය කියන එකට අදාළ වෙනවා. Right? So automatically with all these factors our personality as well will improve eventually. එකත් අර ඔක්කොමත් එක්ක අපේ personality එකත් develop වෙනවා. So if you are using correct postures, we have lots of advantages, and if you are using incorrect postures all the time, there may be some disadvantages for using those bad postures in our day-to-day life. So keep that in mind to use and follow the correct postures in every activity, every situation in your day-to-day life. So that will be all for this lesson, the 7th lesson about good postures, correct postures, right? I hope you understood these things very well. And you can refer the note as well. If you didn't get anything, note it includes all the things which you need to remember for your exams. So we'll meet with the next lesson, the 8th lesson. We'll meet with another video, right? So everyone, take care. We meet with the next session of this video.